Welcome to the Benji Lewis Coaches Show. We're broadcasting live from El Tio Jose, 5120 Desert Street, right here in Monroe. Mike Downhour here, Coach Bryant Jacobs down there. What's up, Coach? Good to
What's
see
up,
you.
Mr. Mike?
Absolutely. And Athletic Director, Head Football Coach Benji Lewis. Of course, it's your show. Welcome to it.
Hey, how we doing, guys? Good to see
Good
y'all
finding
again
you,
on
Coach.
Wednesday.
Well,
Doing
we're,
great.
we're good at 4-0,
Yeah,
and it's been since 2010
yeah.
since this Washita Lion team's been 4-0. Man, tell me about the talk around the locker room. They got to be talking
Well,
about it.
yeah. They, obviously it's a great position to be in. We always say, the old water tastes like Coca-Cola when you're undefeated, man. You get pats
I
on the
like
back, and
that.
we
I
try to
like that.
we try to just keep it in check. Old Pat Collins that coached me. I think he even coached Coach Jacobs.
Hmm.
Pat Collins used to say, "You're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as they say you are." And so we're really just trying to keep that in check. Because we do have a plethora of worthy opponents in upcoming weeks, and we're glad to be 4-0. Definitely don't like the alternative of that,
Right.
but we do have to keep ourselves in check and week in and week out, be prepared and have the best week of practice and preparation that we can.
Well, you had a 2-1 Port Gibson team
Yeah,
come in for homecoming, and you guys just really seemed to get on it quickly, especially that first quarter.
we did, yeah, especially the first quarter. You're right. We came out just how I wanted us to do in the first quarter. Wish that we would have kept that up, through the second quarter. Not that I wanted to run the score up or anything, but I wanted to get guys rest.
Right.
I wanted to get them out, and I wanted to get some of our reserve guys some playing time and reward them for hard work. Uh, Again, I saw us kind of go a little flat, a little lull in the second quarter, and then come back and handle business early in the third and get the running clock and get our guys in. What I would like to have seen, like I said, though, is just to see that consistent effort through the second quarter, and then that way we can get our guys in, get the clock running. Not that I was trying to run the score up unbalanced look right off the get go, and he slips on the first one, and then a bad snap, and all those things, and here we get the ball, and Waddell Clark does a great job returning the kick and all that. So we do a good job get down there, punch it in, and games rolling in. But like you said, we did a great job defensively, holding them on that end, and then offensively we were moving the ball. Cam Williams did a great job all night, and our offensive line especially just commanded the line of scrimmage there. And I think that was kind of the tail of the tape throughout the night.
So did you kind of expect their special teams to be as bad as they were?
I did. I did.
He already
You
saw
don't
that.
you don't say anything on the
No
up
doubt.
before, but I mean, we knew that we had advantages there that we needed to take advantage of, and we did.
Yes, sir. We
Yep.
sure did.
Yep.
Well, look ahead. Let's talk about your players of the game.
Yeah. Yep. So on homecoming week, we expect some players of the game to come from maybe some of the guys who get that extra playing time. But like I said, we stayed in through the third quarter or toward the end of the third quarter with our starters. Our overall MVP, a guy that has done a lot for us the last 2 years in a role that some may not want to be in, but he scores a lot of touchdowns, or he did last year. He got his first start this week. We rest MJ Day. And that's Cam Williams. Cam had about 70 yards, had I think a score, maybe two scores on the ground.
Mhm.
Did a really good job at the running back position. So Cam Williams was our overall MVP. Therefore, on offense, we still, like I mentioned, we commanded the line of scrimmage, and I think this young man did a really, really good job, and that's Jordan Pleasant was our offensive MVP. Defensively, we've moved this guy back and forth so many times. I'm so proud of his success. Ray
I
Jones, man.
forgave.
Ray, we called
Ray
his name
Jones, yeah.
a bunch of times.
The thing about Ray, first of all, for his size, he's very, very strong, okay? But what I like to see is just the hustle that he had, man. He was
Mm.
running around. I think he had about 5 tackles and a tackle for loss. And so Ray Jones was our player of the week, and we couldn't be prouder for him in that situation. Our specialty, uh, I won't lie. Well, I wasn't happy with it the other day. So we've really harped on our kicking this week and operations and things like that. But one person did his job throughout the whole thing, and you never even notice it because it's what it's supposed to be. But the snaps were all there. So Odie Fremont was our specialty player of the
OD.
week. Yep,
Mhm.
he sure was. And then I don't wanna forget about talking about these guys, and that's the guys who help us prepare our scout team guys that really, really went above and beyond last week. Our offensive scout, the guy who serviced our defense, was none other than quarterback Lester Watts. Did a great job, just managing that, making sure. I mean, he treats it like his own when he steps in there. He's left and right, audible, and making sure everybody knows. So he did a great job.
And we got to call his name several times
He
too.
sure did.
Yeah, he sure did. And then on defense, Kashmir King went over, and he's actually an offensive guy, but just stepped into a role. They needed a guy, and he went over there and he did a great job all week long. So those are our scout. I'm sorry, that is our POWs for the week, player of the week. All those guys wearing the yellow jerseys,
Yeah.
that really stands out in practice. So big tip of the hat to those guys.
Big tip of the hat to Kashmir King.
Mhm.
Hadn't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Well, Coach, how'd you come out of the game health-wise? I mean, we're seeing less cramps
Yeah.
and all, but how healthy are you?
We're pretty healthy, you know. We rested MJ last week just because we felt like we had an opportunity to do that. He'll be fully back this week. Other than that, I don't think we have anything major. No starters out with anything. We did have Kate Clegg had surgery yesterday. On the surgery, he elected to go ahead and get his knee repaired. So we'll be
He's out.
without him the rest of the year, and we wish him well and a speedy recovery in that and get back in the swing of things. But no, we're in mid-season form. We're healthy as we can be right now.
Well, I had to go ahead and look ahead and see when the last time the Lions were 5-0,
Uh-huh.
and of course that was 2010. But the Lions were 6-0 in 2005. So
Yeah.
just letting you know,
Yep.
I'm looking ahead,
I'm part of that staff.
one game at a time, right?
That's it, man.
One game at a time.
We can only worry about 1 week right now.
That's
No
right,
doubt.
and that is the 1 week.
Yeah.
Trying to go 1-0.
That's
And
it.
just to speak about injuries, you almost had a sideline guy out for the year.
Well, yeah. I wasn't gonna speak on it.
Well, he did.
But we have our sideline reporter POW sitting right next to us because he took as big a blow as
Well,
anybody.
and Des and I were watching it. We saw the play open up, and we saw him go down, and I thought his head hit the bench. I mean,
It
it was
hit.
close, but I thought it hit that bench, and I thought he's going to ER.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, on that sideline, and I think this is 23 years of being there. There's those situations where you think you got plenty of room to move.
No.
It's like fluid water, and all of a sudden, when things are coming toward you, now everything's stone behind you, and you can't move. And I watched the video of it, and it's that same thing. Mr. Jacobs trying to get out of the way, and the kids behind him ain't moving, so he just takes the brunt of it.
He did.
And I've been there, and it is not a fun place to be.
Not
Well,
at all.
Earned his stripes
Yep.
this past week. He absolutely did. Well, any other thoughts on Fort Gibson and coming out of that game, setting up into this 5-game? Well, you got 6 more games left, but a 5-game gauntlet. 4 out of 5 are on the road and all that. Talk to us about how that last home game until what 3 or 4 more weeks with Neville.
Yeah, I think it's 3 weeks. 3 weeks away. Yeah. So I mean, sure, we'd prefer to have all of them at home, but this is what teams do. All teams have to do it. You know, these teams traveled to us last year and were able to get it done, and that's what good teams have to do is go on the road and win ball games. And this upcoming one's a big one, as all of them are.
Right,
You know,
right.
right now, and it's too early to really talk about it, but we're sitting at the top of the PowerPoints for
You are.
Division 1 non-select. And we'd like to stay up there. Our goal within the district, we want to win the district championship, but we also want a home playoff game. I think that's something that our kids that are sophomores, I'm sorry, that are seniors now, they were freshmen when we had that first, home game against Sulphur. I think it was our first year here that we had the home playoff game. Since then, we've been on the road. We want to be back in front of our fans week 1 or week 2 in the playoffs if we get to bye at a home game. And so that's what we're pushing for. And to do that, the schedule is what it is, and we got to go on the road 3 times, 4 times out of that.
Okay, well, Coach, who did you bring tonight? Who are we going to be talking to?
Yeah, kind of a grab bag tonight, I'll be honest. I brought Coach Osei Caesar. He is our running back coach, and with him, our offensive speaker will be senior running back MJ Day, none other than
Number 3.
number 3. On defense, our coach that I brought one of our freshman coaches, first year coach with us, doing a great job. Works with the quarterbacks and the receivers with the varsity, but also calls our freshman offense, and that's Coach Amon Fuller. On defense, our players that I brought one defensive player, and that is senior cornerback Dallas Elmore, number 10. And I also brought our kicker, new to the program this year.
He's earned it.
He has.
And we talked
And
about
he
it
will
multiple
continue.
times on the
That's
show.
right, yeah. And I think he's enjoying it, man. This is the second year in a row we've had a guy come out from soccer, or third, I guess you would say, because DK
That's right.
Murray did that a couple of years ago. So third year that we got a guy from soccer come out, and I think just fall in love with it, man. He's enjoying his role, and we're enjoying having him, and that's senior kicker Cam Gale.
All right, looking forward to that. We'll do all of that and start talking to them right after this break. You're tuned into the Benji Lewis Coaches Show, broadcasting live from El Tio Jose.
I'm Christian Creed with Creed and Creed. We're proud to support Ouachita Parish High School because, like football, fighting for the win takes commitment, courage, and teamwork.
And that's what we build in our lines, both on the field and off. These young men work hard, they lead with heart, and they represent our community with pride.
At Creed and Creed, we fight for our clients the same way these athletes do every Friday night.
Thank you guys for supporting our lines.
Remember, Creed and Creed is all you need. Go Lions!
Do you suffer from frequent back or neck pain? Were you in an accident and can't get rid of those constant aches? Maybe you're someone who deals with chronic migraines and tension headaches. It might be time to see how Martinez Chiropractic can help you. The goal of Martinez Chiropractic is to reduce or eliminate pain in just a few sessions using the latest in chiropractic technology. Don't suffer in pain another day. Call Martinez Chiropractic today at 318-654-4310 or see them in person, 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe.
Hi, I'm Chris Lewis, the proud owner of Coney Island Connection. For nearly 20 years now, we've served the Oklahomites with our fast, friendly service and our famous chili cheeseburgers and our famous chili cheese dogs. Well, the chili is homemade. I'm asking you to stop by today and give us a try. We also serve hot tamales, roast beef po' boy, fried pickles, and much more. We even serve funnel cake fries here at Coney Island Connection on the corner of North 7th and Arkansas Road.
David's Mobile Detail and Wash makes it so convenient, they come to you. Cars, RVs, boats, motorcycles, airplanes, homes, buildings, and more. For all your mobile detail and wash needs, call David's Mobile Detail and Wash 547-3233. A proud graduate of Ouachita High School's class of 1990, Paul Evans has been helping families in the toughest times for years. You find yourself stuck behind those cinder block walls? Call Paul. Paul Evans Bail Bonds, 267-7740.
We warmly invite you to join us in worship at North Monroe. Our hearts are dedicated to serving Jesus and growing together as a community of faith. Through the power of worship, the intimacy of small groups tailored for all ages, and our deep commitment to supporting one another as we seek to walk with Christ. Join us on Sundays at 9 and 10:30 a.m. at our Monroe campus. You can also worship with us at our Bastrop campus at 10:30 a.m. For more info, visit us at northmonroe.com.
Welcome back to the Benji Lewis Coaches Show. We're broadcasting live from El Tio Jose, 5120 Desert Street in Monroe. Still time and room for you to come on out if you want to join us out here. I am Mike Downhour, and I am here with three incredible running backs. Now, I got to explain this to you. Go back a little bit, and you got this guy, O'Shea Caesar, man. Congrats, Coach. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. Happy to be here.
It's past, it's current. MJ Day, number 3, and just tearing it up this year. Welcome to the show, MJ.
How y'all doing?
And we'll just stay with the past, going back into I wouldn't say last century or anything like that, Coach, but I would just say you got the Bryant Jacobs down there. 3. This is a Hall of Fame for running back here. So welcome, you guys. Good to have you all here, Coach. Let's start with you first. You're new to Ouachita here. You're new. Talk to us about what it's like different from any place you've been before.
So just being at Neville, I was a Neville guy. I played at Neville.
Yeah, we're trying to hide those stripes there.
I'm enjoying every second of it. I love the boys at Ouachita. It's a bigger school, way bigger. I just love the atmosphere. We're trying to get more support. Neville does have good bit of support, and we're working on trying to get more support for Ouachita. But overall, it's good. It's a good culture to be around.
Very good. And MJ, welcome. I mean, man, let me tell you, we saw you starting game 2 of last year, and man, you started and you just didn't stop. You kept going and going and going, and you're doing the same thing this year. It's your senior year. How does that make you feel, realizing you're not going to have another first home game, or you're not going to have another, game 3 that's going to be like that again? How's that feel for you?
Man, I mean, it just made me go harder in everything I do, practice and lift. It just made me push harder.
Well, you are, and you're doing an outstanding job. And Coach, I know running back stable that you come from, You've got a couple questions for these guys.
Oh yeah, I kind of talk to them, both of them all the time in the hallway. But just coach, just talk a little bit about the running backs that you have along with MJ Day.
So we got MJ. We got Cam Williams, Antoine Sharpley, Kevion Madison. We just added what's that boy last name? Help me.
I forgot.
We got Kevion Madison and the scout team player of the week.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
Cashmere
But
King.
Cashmere King. There we go, Cashmere King.
Yeah.
So we just added him to the running back group. And all of them, they all work hard. They all have different styles. We got Thunder and Lightning with our red group between him and Cam. Both bring us good football. They both run hard. He's the faster, and then we got the power back in Cam.
We call them Thunder and Lightning.
Thunder and Lightning, and that's what we got. Two great backs. And then we're gonna be set for the next few years when they hand the crown over to the white group.
All right.
So MJ, tell me this here, knowing your dad played running back as well as played a little linebacker at Washington, how does it feel to be playing in his alma mater?
I mean, it feels great, but like he always tell me that I was better than him, so it made me feel better.
Well,
That's good. That's good.
he was pretty amazing too, though.
I bet you
I'll
probably hit
tell
harder than you do. I tell you that.
Well, guys, talk to us about the season so far. You're 4-0, man. What's that mean in the locker room for you guys to be 4-0? Nobody's done that at Washington since 2010.
I mean, it feels good, but like I said in the locker room, everybody's saying we're not satisfied yet.
That's
till we
right.
Get to the dome.
That's right.
So like that's our mindset.
Coach,
My
what about
Yes, and that's all around, from coaches to players. We enjoy being 4-0, but there's a bigger goal. We're gonna take one step at a time, and Friday we're gonna be 5-0.
All right. Well, Friday, go ahead.
Coach, just talk a little about what Franklin Parish is going to bring defensively and how important it is for us to establish our run game.
Very important to establish the run game.
What kind of D do they run?
They run a 4-2-5.
Okay.
They got number 7, number 5. That's who they talk about. The big D lineman. But our O line, I think they're up for the challenge. We're gonna lean on 3 and 6 in the run game, and we're just gonna play some smash mouth football.
Well, you mentioned number 7. It's Chris Addison, 6'4", 245. He's already committed to Michigan State. And you mentioned number 5, Tavon Bell, 6'3", 270, Texas State commit. Holy cow, that's two huge dudes right there.
Yes, sir. But we're gonna be able to have one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, talk to us. What else do you expect from that defense that, without giving away schemes and all that, talk to us about how do you handle looking at two big old guys like that? What do you do?
We're gonna send our 2 best players there.
Okay.
Did they make a change? Because didn't last year both of those guys were edge players,
Yes,
correct?
they were both edge. They moved 5 to D tackle.
Okay.
We done our homework, coach.
I know. It's probably just me that hadn't done my
No,
homework.
you're fine. We're gonna be ready for them.
Tell us more about their defense.
So they got a couple freshmen. We're gonna try to exploit.
Okay.
And the defense, it's not any different than what we've seen with any other 4-2-5 defenses.
Okay.
So
Well, 4-2-5 was the standard for the longest time anyway.
we're not worried. We're gonna do what we do on offense, and they got to line up to stop it.
Okay. Vicario, man, you get the ball. You see that big old guy. You going to run through him or around him?
I'm gonna do what I have to do to score.
Okay. Well, I like that, but I generally think that's going to be around him, but because I know you can do that. So I haven't checked your touchdowns on the year, but I'm sure you've got a pretty good amount here.
I got like 1 or 2.
We got to get them some more.
Okay, we got to get him some more.
So
All right.
our offense is designed to get everybody involved. So we won't be one-dimensional.
Right.
So it's a little different. Coach Caesar, my brother, we got a lot of talent on this offense, and it's hard to just feed one person because everybody can contribute. So he's gonna get fed.
All right.
Tell me how hungry you are, Macario.
I'm very hungry.
Having a week off, just kind of, what's your
ready.
mindset?
I'm ready.
Time to show out.
He's ready.
Yes, sir.
That week off, I could tell he was itching to go. When we decided to sit him, he was like Friday. He came, Coach, I can play. I want to go. Let's go. And I just knew he's ready to make that difference on the offense.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about these Caesar coaches. What happens when offensive Caesar goes against defensive Caesar?
But they're both offense.
We're both offense.
Oh, you're both offense. Okay.
So Leonard's coach Caesar is the offensive coordinator.
Okay, he's coordinator. Okay.
Yes.
I was just wondering if you guys ever kind of did go play in a head-to-head.
We do not.
You're always on the same team.
Always
then?
on the same team.
Okay.
They probably played Madden against each other.
Right.
And I normally win. 99% of the time.
I'm hearing that. We're going to hear what he has to say about that too.
Yes, sir.
Macario, talk to us a little bit more about Franklin Parish last year. They came in and 98 points were scored between the two teams. Luckily, Ouachita was on the winning side of that 51-47, but 98 points, man, is that what you guys are expecting for this week, or are you expecting a little bit different?
Oh no, this week we shutting all their offense down, and it's just gonna be our offense scoring.
I like that idea.
We may put up 98 by ourselves.
That's not giving no billboard material.
No, I'm just playing. But no, we expect to score the ball.
Okay. Talk about the crowd. Franklin Parish can have quite the hostile crowd. You guys are going to be the visitor. They're all going to be there and just waiting to feast on some lions. So how do you prepare them for what could be a very loud crowd?
So we've been just telling them all week, know what to expect from the environment. We had a very good environment at Sterlington. It was loud.
It was.
It was emotional, and we just had to tell them to silence the noise, play football, because we know when we get to Franklin Parish, those first, Coach Lewis said it every day. The first 3 drives is going to be on the motion, and then you got to play football.
No doubt, no doubt. And experience your best teacher.
Correct.
So we experienced it in Sterlington, and we was able to come out victorious. So it's important for us to just put the game plan together, come out victorious.
MJ, talk about your future. What do you plan to do after you graduate?
I plan on running track in college and playing football somewhere.
Okay, I like that. I think you should.
Yes, sir.
I think Saturdays looks good on you. So
Yes, sir.
I agree.
we can do that. Coach, any final thoughts?
No final thoughts on Big Win Wednesday. Hopefully
Big win, that's right.
be here next week with another Big Win
With a
Wednesday.
5-0.
Yes,
With a
sir.
5-0. That's right.
That's the
Coach
plan.
Caesar, MJ, man, great seeing you guys. And we'll come back with the defensive side of the ball after this break. You're tuned into the Benji Lewis Coaches Show, brought to you by LTO Jose.
For all your favorite Mexican dishes, stop by Monroe's newest restaurant, El Tío Jose. The Garcia family welcomes you and yours 7 days a week at 5120 Desert Street. El Tío Jose. You're going to love it.
Imagine having a beautiful smile that carries you through all stages of life, and that beautiful smile begins at Caples & Robinson Orthodontics. To further enhance our patient experience and care, Dr. Caples and Dr. Robinson welcomed Dr. Cami Laird as a new member of the Caples & Robinson practice. And with over 56 years of combined practice, we are the most experienced orthodontic group in Northeast Louisiana. We use the latest advancements in orthodontic technology, including the Damon Ultima system for braces, and Spark aligners that are customized to fit your life, not the other way around. Our doctors and staff will make sure you have the best experience possible on your journey to a straighter smile. That includes faster and more comfortable treatment that will give you a smile you'll be proud to wear. Ready to get started? Contact Caples & Robinson Orthodontics today at 318-325-9655 and take the first step towards a confident smile.
There's always grab-and-go dishes if you're not cooking.
Randall's is also taking ham and turkey orders for the holidays.
Randall's Captain Avery Seafood and Specialty Meats, 1 block off 165 at 2607 Fur End, Monroe.
Built to last and backed by integrity, Allied Roofing is your trusted veteran-owned roofing company in Monroe. Quality service and professional installation make them your best choice for roofing solutions. Allied Roofing is ready to provide you with dependable, quick, and customized roofing services that suit your needs 24/7. Visit them online at alliedroofingco.com or call 257-6107. Allied Roofing, proud supporters of Ouachita football.
Diamond Gun and Outdoor in Lakeshore. Clearly a cut above the others. Get ready for hunting season at your one-stop shop, Diamond Gun and Outdoors. Ammo, and check out the latest new and used rifles. Why hunt all over town when Diamond Gun and Outdoor in Lakeshore has everything you need, family owned and operated. Diamond Gun and Outdoor, 8203 Desert in Lakeshore, just down from Ray's PG. Diamond Gun and Outdoor, 8203 Desert, Lakeshore.
Hi, I'm Melanie, class of 2018.
Hi, I'm Matthew, class of 2020. And our dad owns Mel's Towing.
We don't want your arm and leg, we just want your toe.
343-9998.
Go on!
Hey, we are back. Benji Lewis Coaches Show, broadcasting live from El Tio Jose, 5120 Desert Street in Monroe. And we've got a whole new crew. We just changed out to the defensive side of the ball. First of all, though, we've got a freshman coach here. It's Amon Fuller. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brad.
All right, Dallas Elmore. You've heard us call that name many times. Dallas, welcome.
How y'all doing?
And next to him is that new guy. He is the kicker guy, Cam Gale. Welcome, man.
What's going on, y'all?
Okay, so there you go. All right. Now that we got all that situated, talk to us. I know you're a freshman coach. Let's talk about these future Lions real quick. What do we have to look forward to?
Man, we got some really good skill guys. Manning is a really good quarterback. We got two.
Well, that's a good quarterback name. I mean,
yeah, it really is. We got Dayton Lee. He's a good quarterback. We got two young good quarterbacks developing. The receivers pretty good. We've got Lewis and Timmy. They've been playing really good, and they've been getting some varsity time as well.
Yep.
And Marcus Best actually is pretty good. He's a little shorter guy, but he's got heart.
Okay.
He's pretty good. And on the defensive side of the ball, we've got a great edge rusher, and what's his name? Brown is his last name. He's a great edge rusher. We've got a lot of talent, just developing and getting better. Just our game. We were supposed to have a game Monday against Ash, but it got canceled. So we spent this week just getting guys that weren't getting as many reps, getting them more reps in practice, getting them acquainted.
Man, what's it like getting all the kids from East Ouachita and Ouachita Junior and pulling them together and molding them into a team? It's got to be an adjustment period there, huh?
It is, but it's actually a lot easier than I thought it would be because they're around the same age, so they like the same stuff, they talk about the same stuff. So it's really just building a brotherhood.
And for the most part, they come up in the same community, so
Yeah.
they know each other.
The other team members
and
too.
they've been playing. Some of them have been teammates in the Y League and the MCAL League and things of that nature, so they know each other.
And they're probably happy to get to play with each other instead of
good.
playing against each other now.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that is good. Dallas, talk to us about you, man. It's a senior year now. Man, what's that feel like being a Lion and knowing this is your time?
It feel good to be a Lion. Been waiting my chance ever since my junior year. Yeah, my junior year, it finally came my chance for me to show what my talent.
Talk to us about what it's been like playing corner and playing those, playing back there against the first four teams, and you guys are 4-0, so obviously you've been victorious on all four of them.
It feel good. It feel good to play corner, like working on my technique, doing what the coaches ask, doing good all week at practice, and just staying focused all week.
You like those short receivers or those tall ones?
Tall, it don't matter.
Tell me this here, Dallas. How is it to have a NFL coach, a coach that played in NFL, played under
Bill
Belichick?
Belichick.
Like what insight do you get from Coach Will Hyatt at practice?
Good. He give us our technique, teach us technique, what to do, what's right and wrong. Just on a good receiver like Waddell, he just teach our technique, and we do our work on our technique. We'll be good.
Because he's been there.
Yes, he has.
And
He's been there.
The key is to listen.
It's one thing to play on Saturdays, but the few that play on Sundays, those are the ones you listen to.
No doubt.
All right, well, hand that mic to Cam here real quick. Cam, your vast, incredible, long football history is what, about 2 months now, right?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
Okay, you are the captain of the soccer team. First of all, talk about soccer real quick. How's Ouachita looking this year?
Yeah, we had a huge drop off. Last year we had just a wonderful senior class, wonderful group of leaders, and just the transition from that year to this year, becoming one of those seniors, becoming one of those leaders it's crazy. Honestly, it's crazy. Being one of those guys that people look up to is something that I'd never experienced before becoming. Yeah, it's crazy.
What's it like switching over to football and Dude, you kicked the fire out of that ball, man. I mean, I know you're used to kicking a ball, but
Yes,
we're
sir.
used to watching football, and that ball shaped different.
Yeah, I really do appreciate the positive words, but it's all different. Every single part of it is different from practice, the atmosphere of practice, games, the atmosphere of games. I mean, Friday nights is nothing like whatever day soccer game would fall on. I mean, people are dead silent at soccer games because it's so cold. You're out there huddled up trying to
Right.
survive. Football games, everybody's going wild. It's a crazy difference. It's
Well,
crazy.
the way I've always explained soccer is you raise your children and you tell them don't go out your t-shirt and shorts when it's freezing cold outside.
Mm-hmm.
But now here we are in the sleet,
Yep.
and we're paying money to watch y'all play.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
right.
it's like everything we've taught you is just out the window.
Right, exactly. It's crazy. We're trying to get kids sick out here now.
Yeah, exactly.
Cam, tell me this. Quiet as kept. It's been a couple long kickoff returns where you had to make the tackle.
Yes, sir.
And
How's that
you
feel?
saved today.
Yeah.
Tell me about that and
Um,
that experience.
it's something where in the moment you're like, okay, crap, but then afterwards you're like, man, I wish I had the opportunity to do that again. Because every single time where I tackle them, because I always rewatch every part that I'm do something in. I'll rewatch what y'all say. You're always like, well, he made the tackle, he did good, but the tackle, I mean, he's just not athletic. I can't stand that. I really want to just hear them be like, that is one good athlete, that soccer player out there. But I never, yeah. So I mean, it's little bit different than soccer, but it's always something I want to go back and do again. Make sure I like something I want to get right.
One thing I can tell you, Cam, you are fearless.
Yes, sir.
You are fearless. You went in there like you had no tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. I really, cause I want to be, Miguel. I don't remember if it was last year. He had one of those tackles where the dude ran over him, but he tackled him. And then hearing about the hype that he got, I'm like, man, like I really want to know what that's like. I really want to just tackle somebody real well, see what the football team says, but it's whatever.
It's come. Hey, this is a long season still. We got time.
It's the thing where you don't want another chance to do it, but you kind of do at the same time.
Right.
I promise your coaches appreciate you.
Yes,
Yeah,
they do.
absolutely.
We do as well.
Well, we've literally seen kickers run away from that guy and just let him have the touchdown. And you're not that way, and that's
Yeah.
something that's very good.
That's crazy. I mean, like soccer is a contact sport. Like people don't like to say that. People don't like to think that. Like they just view soccer though. You go kick a ball, it's nothing. But like soccer really is a contact sport. And I know in my position, I play center back. It's all about contact and strength and like hitting somebody. Like that's not new to me. Like honestly, even though it may look like it is. But yeah, it's definitely a big difference.
All right, well, Dallas got a couple questions for you. In the first four games, tell me a couple of plays that you that just really stand out in your mind that you had to really either adjust or work hard to make that play.
When we played Sterling, when I was getting blocked on the outside, I came up to make the tackle. Like got down, broke down, came to make the tackle. Capped the Shreed game. I came down, make some tackles, but like I gotta on the hold and block. I gotta get off it. We not getting no calls, but I felt great. The first four games for getting tackles and PBUIs and stuff. I felt great for that.
Well, I'm going to ask you, what about this Franklin Parish offense? What do they run? Tell us what we can expect Friday night.
Pass, pass, most like 50%, 80% run, and most of it pass.
Okay.
So Dallas, their base offense tend to be four wide. How important is it to make sure not only do we cover but to come down and make tackles?
It's very important because we all got to make a tackle. We ain't trying to let the quarterback do the same thing he did last year, get over like 300 some yards.
That's right, and he did.
Exactly, because he's not only is he a pass threat, he also exactly.
We'll talk about last year's Franklin Parish game. I don't know how much action you had in that game, but compare it was 98 points. I mean, 51-47. Luckily, Washita came out on the good side of that. But what are you expecting Friday night? Same wide open play?
Nah, we coming better than that. We're not letting them get over 300 yards rushing or pass. We send down on everything.
That's
I
good.
feel like we practiced good enough this week that we're gonna stop.
Well,
They talk about the quarterback a lot, but they also got a pretty decent running back that has been offered by Michigan State. How is it important to make sure we don't overlook him?
We just gotta wrap up and tackle and do our thing, do our job, what we've been doing all week.
yeah, I was looking at, on defense, they've got a Michigan State commit. They've got a Texas State commit. Of course, Ellis is at LSU. Trey Martin's got a Michigan State offer. Louisiana Tech has offered the Hunter Caldwell, the right guard. I mean, this is not your typical Franklin Parish Winsboro team. This team is stacked. And they're still a little upset about last year. So how do you take that fire out of them?
We're gonna shut them down when we first come out. We're gonna go up the board and then they're gonna slow down. They can be hyped and all jumped up when the game first started, but we're gonna bust them in the mouth and just leave it at that.
Coach, if these were your guys and you were coaching them Friday night, what would you say to get them ready for the big game?
Uh, it's all about us. Don't matter what they do. It's all about us. Focus on us.
No doubt, no doubt. Coach, you are an offensive guy for the most part. We with our defensive players, but that being said, kind of tell us what is it that they do defensively that could be a challenge for us.
Well, they got a lot of athletes, so anytime you go against a group of great athletes that D1 colleges are looking at, it's going to be hard because that speed is going to be different. Anybody that's played college football, they know the speed of the game is a whole lot different. So big time colleges are coming to offer these guys. That means they're legit players.
So
We got to be on our game.
you gotta play vertical more so than horizontal.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, one last question for you, Cam. I notice you kick different style of kickoffs. I'm sure Coach calls that and all that. Tell me the purpose of the short pooch kick, the sky kick, and then the deep one.
Yeah, so it's all about, from what I've seen, it's all about how the return is looking. So the play that, we want to run every single time is deep. We want to kick it in the end zone every
Yep,
time.
absolutely.
And I really enjoy doing that. It's like my favorite kick for him to call. But if there's a game where I'm just not executing or it's just not coming off my foot right or whatever, he'll call a different kick, and it's just about giving the ball more hang time, giving the our people more time to get downfield. And um honestly, kickoff has been, so whenever I joined, I thought I was going to be doing everything. I thought I was going to be doing field goal, and I thought I was going to be doing kickoff and PATs and all of it. Come to find out, we have this kicker named Oscar Hernandez,
Yeah,
who's pretty good.
that's right.
He was better than I thought he was. And so it became a thing where I was only on kickoff, and kickoff was kind of my thing. It was like, all I would do.
Until
And
we saw a 43-yard field goal.
yeah, that's right. That was I'm not gonna say a shock to me. I would go on record and say I've hit probably like 5, 6, or 7 50-yard field goals in practice. And I know I have the leg to kick good field goals, but I thought I was only gonna be doing kickoff and then go in, hit that 43-yarder. Um, and now I'm kind of transitioning into doing everything, and my focus, I feel like, is becoming a little bit more divided. And I would say that um I would almost say that I have either stayed the same or I need to focus a little bit more on kickoff, I would say, honestly.
I was just curious with the different styles.
Oh yeah, yes sir. So there's deep, there's sky and bump, any of those, and it's all about just contact on the ball, where the ball goes. My Coach Lewis has said it over and over that my controller on the ball is something that, like, he doesn't normally see from like football players who kick. It's just, I don't know. It's different coming, like, as a soccer player. Like, okay, I need to kick it right there. Like, I can do that. Like, I don't know. It's
Well,
real cool.
I can tell you, Mike is impressed with you.
yes, I am.
If you listen to the
I,
replay of the
I
game.
can't tell you the last time I saw a Washita kicker do 43 yards. I mean that, and it's just, and then 42 the week after.
Hmm.
So it's just
And
it,
probably
it,
Matt Little was probably the last person.
and that's been back to the 2010 or even earlier than that.
Mhm.
And those are the of what could make. I mean, if it comes down to a 50-yard field goal to win the game,
Hmm.
you're the guy.
Yeah,
I mean, you're the guy. No pressure.
right. No pressure at all.
Yeah, none whatsoever. Just get the ball, man.
Yeah, it's just 50-yard field goal, nothing crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely a thing where my standards for myself are super high just coming into it. Like, I am not used to failure. I'm not coming from soccer. I mean, I've been very successful in soccer for a year, like, I mean, years now. And coming into football, like, I have a really high, like, standard for myself of success. And I don't know. People are constantly telling me, like, dude, you only been kicking for 2 months. Why are you so hard on yourself when you miss? Why are you so, like, Coach Caesar, or Coach O'Shea's brother, Coach Caesar, he'll be the first to tell me, dude, you're doing great. And I don't know. I'm always super hard on myself.
Perfectionist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
of
not
course.
wrong with high standards, buddy.
It is. It's okay. That's
Yeah.
well, Coach. Final thoughts before you guys. I wanted to ask you, how many more games do you have, freshman wise? You should be almost wrapping it up,
We're
or
about near the end of the season, about two
yeah,
more games. Yeah.
2 more games. Okay. And final thoughts, Dallas, before we close out on this break. What do you want the fans? tell me about having the fans on your side at Franklin Parish. Do you want them there?
Yes, I want a big crowd, and I want everybody to come out and show support Friday night at 7 p.m.
Absolutely right. That's what we'll do. Man, great Washita teammates here. Appreciate all three of you guys being there.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks
Yep.
for having us.
All right, you're tuned into the Benji Lewis Coaches Show. We'll be back right after this break.
I'm Christian Creed of Creed and Creed, and as a proud supporter of Washita Parish High School, we want to wish the Lions a safe and successful football season. We know you train hard, lead with character, and represent everything that's great about this team and our community. At Creed and Creed, we do the same. We believe in hard work, teamwork, and fighting hard for our victories on the field and in the courtroom. If you've been injured, give your hometown legal team a call, and remember, Creed and Creed is all you need. Go Lions!
Growing up in Northeast Louisiana, I was raised on neighbors helping neighbors, the spirit of entrepreneurship and good food, something we know a lot about at Coney Island Connection. We've turned those values into our mission. We believe giving back with a lot of food and lots of love has the power of bringing people together. We're more than a restaurant, we're family, and with your support, we're changing lives one meal at a time. Thank you for helping us to become known as a small business with a big heart.
Do you suffer from frequent back or neck pain? Were you in an accident and can't get rid of those constant aches? Maybe you're someone who deals with chronic migraines and tension headaches. It might be time to see how Martinez Chiropractic can help you. The goal of Martinez Chiropractic is to reduce or eliminate pain in just a few sessions using the latest in chiropractic technology. Don't suffer in pain another day. Call Martinez Chiropractic today at 318-654-4310 or see him in person, 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe.
A proud graduate of Washita High School's class of 1990, Paul Evans has been helping families in the toughest times for years. You find yourself stuck behind those cinder block walls? Call Paul. Paul Evans Bail Bonds, 267-7740. For all your favorite Mexican dishes, stop by Monroe's newest restaurant, El Tío Jose. The Garcia family welcomes you and yours 7 days a week at 5120 Desert Street. El Tío Jose. You're going to love it. David's Mobile Detail and Wash makes it so convenient, they come to you. Cars, RVs, boats, motorcycles, airplanes, homes, buildings, and more. For all your mobile detail and wash needs, call David's Mobile Detail and Wash 547-3233.
And we are back, the Benji Lewis Coaches Show, broadcasting live from El Tío Jose. Coach Lewis, we are back going into week number 5 already. Holy cow, it just goes by too fast.
Doesn't it?
But you got the Franklin Parish Patriots last year, 51-47, 98 points scored.
Yep.
Holy cow, we were, that was a survival, a marathon.
Yeah, it was. It was all of those things, survival, marathon. I look back on it when I watch the film and I see against our defense, we had some third and forevers that we let them convert, or I say let them, they did. They converted or scored on them. Even fourth and I think one score, he threw the ball up to Addison in the end zone. I think it was 4th and 9.
Gosh.
And he just throws it up around 2 guys. So, I mean, things went well for them. Obviously, things went well for us in that game. We were able to get the win. I'll go on record as saying I hope that it ain't that kind of game.
No, exactly.
Well,
show us what we're going to be looking at here with offense, defense, and,
we'll
and
start,
special teams. Good.
We'll start defensively first. Defensively, obviously, you talk with the offensive coaches and talk some about these athletes that they have. These guys, man, they're good dual sport guys. You watch both of these 2 tackles or ends. Bell will line up as a tackle now as much as he lines up as an end, which is a little different than last year. But we'll talk first about Tavon Bell, the Texas State commit, 6'3", 270. I like the kid. I think he does a great job with his hands. I've worked with a lot of good defensive linemen over the years, and he's definitely one. He does a good job in a 3 technique, a shade, and then can stand up and play that defensive end really well. I think Texas State's getting a good one in him. And then the one who's kind of, I guess you would say, has had the limelight for the longest is Chris Addison. He was a nationally ranked edge guy is what he's projected to be at Michigan State. He he's gained a little weight, I think. I would think 6'4", 245.
Man.
And he does a great job. He's also their deep snapper too, so that I can handle one special teams situation with that.
What's Coach Burnett feeding these guys? I mean, these are some huge
Well,
players.
I'm gonna tell you, Mike, they've always had athletes in Winsboro. They always have. If you go back before Franklin Parish was a school, I mean, you look at Crowell and Gilbert and those schools, I mean, powerhouses, and that's not even bringing into guys that Coach Jacobs and Antoine Holmes and people like that from Winsboro. I mean, January they've had a lot of success and a lot of athletes, and they just got a group of them together right now that do a really good job. Outside of those two, their leading tackler, and I'll talk a little more about their stats. Mekhi Smart, linebacker, uh, has 24 total tackles. Okay, from the linebacker position, he does a really good job of. They kind of filter everything. They play those ends really wide, and they're filtering it in, and it's designed for their linebackers to make plays. I think one that goes unrecognized because of the two big names, but I think he's a guy that could potentially get some offers is number 14, C.J. Jones. He's had, what, 20, where's he at? Oh, 15 total tackles on the year, but he leads them in tackles for loss. So C.J. Jones does a good job, 6 foot, 270, 11th grader on the interior. And then in the back end, they call him Agent Zero.
Agent Zero.
Yeah, Avery Johnson. He leads them with 2 interceptions, and he also is around the ball. He's a guy that I guess you would say he and number 8, Malik Credit from the offensive side, they're both kind of like Waddell. They use them in all phases. You'll see Avery line up some at a running back, possibly receiver. And there's another running back that they have that I'll talk about, other than Trey Martin. And this is a guy last year, DJ Neal. He started for Franklin Parish as a freshman. He got hurt early this year. He's coming back sometime, and I've heard some tell that it may be this week. So, you don't take a guy who's offered by LSU like Trey Martin is, as well as Michigan State. You don't take that guy off the field a lot, but I think you may see some two-back stuff with those two guys in there if he is back.
Well, looking at this defense, I do see a couple of areas I've got questions on. 2 freshmen and a sophomore.
Yeah, that's right.
Talk about that, and what does that do with the whole overall scheme of strength and
I
weakness?
think they do a good job of protecting those guys. Obviously, you don't want to throw a freshman out there and just throw him to the wolves, so to speak. Ahmad Talbert is the son of Coach Alvin Talbert, who is now at Franklin Parish is with us. I got a lot of respect for Ahmad. Worked with him a lot, and I think he's going to be a heck of a football player. He's a freshman right now. He's holding his own, man. He's holding his own. He's swimming with floaties, so to speak. But he plays right behind Chris Addison a lot, so there's a lot of help that he gets there, you know what I mean? But yes, in the 2 deep, they have 5 freshmen, I believe, on defense in the 2 deep rotation. So they do have some great experience, but they've also got some inexperience there too. And it's a tall task offensively for us to attack that defense. On the offensive side of the ball, they have, again, as you can see, I've marked all this in red.
There's a lot of red.
Yeah, it's more red than white, isn't
That's
it?
right.
Yeah, starting with the quarterback who LSU and everybody else. Now he had opportunities to play quarterback at the college level. I think the young man has got a tremendous amount of arm talent. He can throw the ball a mile, and if that was it, that would be enough, okay? But he has tremendous escapability. And we saw that last year, and he's doing that again this year, and that's Desiree Ellis. They call him Pook, I think. But he is 6'2", 175. He's going to play cornerback, which is not something I've seen him play, but I mean, he's got the build for it. So he's their quarterback. Trey Martin, as I mentioned, got a LSU offer today from what I hear. He has had a Michigan State offer since I think the spring. He's a junior, 5'11", 190. He's a load. And I tell you what else he does. Last year, you didn't see his name on this sheet because he was starting at safety for him as a freshman.
Okay.
And they moved him over, and he's had a heck of a season and a half now. Caden Seals, leading receiver. Caden has 15 catches for 313 yards and 5 touchdowns. A long young man. Wears number 10. And I think if anything were to happen, just from what I've seen on film, if anything were to happen to Dez as a quarterback, you would see Seals go to the quarterback there. And he's got a lot of the same traits, maybe not to the same extent, but he does a good job, throws a good ball. Malik Credit, number 8, he's their slot receiver. Coach Burnett is I call him like a bastard coach because so many years he was there, and they utilize guys like Malik Credit. Malik is 5'7", 145, and I bet I have seen a ton of guys when I was at Neville and at Washita that were 5'7", 140, 150 that play that slot, and they get a lot of work. And Malik has done a great job. He has 11 receptions, 267 yards, and 4 touchdowns himself. So you've got a lot that you have to contend with athlete-wise. Up front, I think that offensive line is kind of spearheaded by Hunter Caldwell, the senior, 6 foot 280, and has the Louisiana Tech offer. Was a starter last year, so returning starter, and is kind of the anchor point of that offensive line there. Also, they will use Addison and Taven Bell both on offense. They did that last year against us, and I can see them doing that as well again.
And
So
that's the
that's their
question I was going to ask you. How much of offense Addison actually plays? Is it more so? I know I see you have them at they play them at H back.
Yeah.
But do they play them at wide receiver like they did last year?
No, they haven't. No, they haven't yet. But again,
they
we
could
didn't
against
see
the,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
we didn't see as much of it last year prior to our game than we saw in our game. That's where he started out. Before he became 245 pounds, he was a wide receiver.
No doubt.
So he does have good hands and he has good feet. I don't know if anybody watched the Calvary game, but he kind of hots out and basically plays a spy, and they throw the pass. Addison picks it and takes it to the house like 40 or 50 yards. So he does have good feet, good hands, soft hands, just a really good athlete, and I can see them using him as well as Bell is who they've used a lot more to this point of this season as that tight end.
Okay.
I could see them using them both on Friday night.
What do we expect with kickoffs and special teams, punter, things like that?
So last year, I mean, just being honest, last year their kickoff was haphazard. They didn't know they had a lineman that I coached in the All-Star game. Really, really good kid. But he's a straight toe kicker, and I don't know if you guys remember,
It
but
just
the
went anywhere.
biggest celebration of the nights was when they would make their extra points against us. I mean, it was like hit or miss, and he made a lot of them. They do have a kicker this year, Connor Linder, who also played 15 or so, every time, 39.8 per kickoff. So, and he has a little more control on it. So they do have a true kick guy. Punting wise, they've only had one punt, and their punter is I'm sorry, Trey Martin, the running back. Really strong leg. Kid's got a strong leg, and he had that one punt was, I think, a 36-yard punt. So they're more than adequate. I mentioned that Chris Addison does deep snap for them and does a good job with that. So I think they've improved in the special team area a good bit, which I said last year was one of the ways that we were able to win that game was, everything else I feel like was equal. They were scoring, we were scoring, and we were able to get those 2 scores and a block kick that I didn't remember that Odie Fremont blocked a kick in the end zone punt, and we're able to get the win by doing those things. We need that, and we're still working hard on those special teams, but we've got to limit the big plays and the explosive plays, and we've got to get off the field on third down against them.
All right. Now, Franklin Parish expects to win. They expect to win every time they go out on the field.
Sure.
They did lose one time to Calvary, and it was, wasn't a big blowout game. What happened on that game? What did Calvary do?
Calvary came out and they were first of all, they just jumped on them. And I mean, what Calvary does, they do it well. And I've watched that game several times. Calvary actually jumped out. I think it may have been 26 to nothing.
Wow.
And carried that into the third quarter. And probably the most impressive thing in a loss is just how Franklin Parish stormed back and had opportunities to win that game. Um, in that game, Calvary had a 103-yard touchdown interception return for a touchdown. So, they played well. I think what they did defensively, where they were able to confuse Ellis with some looks, and how many they were bringing and things like that, and kind of got him off his marker, so to speak. And that's what you have to do. But once you get him off his marker, you got to be able to corral him. And he still got out some on him, but nothing that I would say just devastating. And I think that's what you got to plan on. You can't dwell on this play. Hey, he got out for 15. He scrambled for 15. You got to get ready to play the next play because I think that one thing that I've always seen out of Coach Burnett is tempo, offensive tempo, And so we're expecting that, and we got to get our call in and get lined up and get ready to go. And offensively, we've got to command the line of scrimmage. And I know that's a tall task, and we feel like we've got guys that are up to the task.
Especially with some of these guys.
Sure,
Yes.
sure. Yep.
And just like I know Coach Barnett maybe expected his guys, his big defensive guys, to play well up front, how important is it for our guy
Yeah.
to play big up front?
I know, and I told him that, last year I think he affected, and Dylan, he affected the front a lot. He did get vertical, and that's what we're asking him to do is get that push and compress the pocket. While he does that, we have to have guys that are rush conscious and disciplined and not running past the quarterback. We're creating vertical gaps too that I've talked about before. Just as much as A gap, B gap, if you get a defensive end that runs 5 yards past the quarterback and you've got a three technique that's getting doubled, all of a sudden you've got a big gap there. So a vertical gap,
and the gap.
that's it. So we've got to get push out of Dylan, obviously, and we've got to have our other guys to be able to corral that. I think Dez Lighton was talking to me yesterday and just kind of likened it to what Coach Vincent and the guys at ULM had to do this last weekend with a mobile quarterback, dual threat quarterback in Arkansas State, that they had to be disciplined. It wasn't so much about sacking him. Obviously, you want to sack him, but it's more about keeping him in.
Right.
Keeping him in, and I think if we can do that, possibly we can limit some of them third down conversions and things like that, because right now that we're hanging our hat on that as far as throughout this season where the teams are converting less than 25% of their third downs against us, which is a hallmark of a good defense. But I think what they do, I won't say that they're better offensively than Sterlington, but what they do is completely different than Sterlington, so it's hard to talk about those two. But I think conventional offense, these guys are as good as anybody we're going to see at what they do. And we've got to continue to play defense at a high level and get off the field when we, on those third and fourth downs and things like that. Because I think once they cross the 50, they don't see value in a punt. You know what I mean? They feel confident, is the word that keeps coming up with Coach Burnett and his crew is just a big confidence in what they do. And so if they do go for it on fourth down, those things are momentum builders or killers.
Right.
And we've got to be the killers of momentum on those situations.
So in summary, defensively they run 4-2-5.
Yep.
And offensively they like to run four wide.
Yeah, they're at least 50% of the time 10 personnel, which is no tight end. And then they'll come in about a quarter of the time is what, traditionally what they do. A quarter of the time they'll bring a tight end look, off the line tight end, a sniffer as we call it, and they'll do some things out of that. But the thing that he does well, I think, is that he's still honest to we're not just going into this and going to be a big run team. I think when you get to 12 personnel and bringing Addison and possibly Bell in together, yeah, you're getting ready to key up and run the ball. But they still have, credit out there, and they still have seals out there, and they're still able to throw the ball in all those personnel packages. So they do a good job of spreading you wide horizontally across the field, which is a hallmark of a good offense. And we have to, we've got to tackle well in space, because that's one of the things about these type of offenses is they're going to mandate that you tackle well in open field. They're going to get the ball out in different situations, and you've got to be able to tackle that guy in a one-on-one situation, or else scoreboard.
You're on the field, you turn around. What do you want to see in those stands?
Full, for one thing, full and loud. I want to see our fans get ready, because it was mentioned earlier in the show, we've got 4 away games, to the end of our season. And we got to go support these guys. These guys are worthy of supporting. They work their tails off. They have worked their tails off literally since the third week of November or second week of November. When we lost out to Destrehan last year, we met then and we talked and we started planning and looking at, all of us took a hard look. What is it that's preventing us from doing these things? What's preventing us from, winning the Ruston game, the West Monroe game?
Yeah, they were so close.
The Captain Shreve game. And so far these guys, and I think the resolve that I was looking for, I saw in the Sterlington game. I saw a different team there.
Right. Fourth quarter team came.
And as a head coach, all I can hope is that we keep that consistency and we'll remember that that's what we're made of. That's our metal, not to point fingers and holler at each other and do that, because we, in all honesty, we did that a little bit in the first half of that game. But just that reminder. And I remember saying it, 2 weeks ago when after we talked about, after the Sterlington game was, hey, there was some arguing and bickering, and I'm sure that they thought I was going to holler at them and do all this, that, and the other. We went over there and just reminded them, hey, this is not what we are, and it's not productive. And we've got to remember that those lessons that we learned in a good situation where we got the win, we've got to remember that that's what changed things. That's what changed the tide of the game, was us coming back together, playing Ouachita football, how we talked and walked and worked, and not playing somebody else's game. And I don't think we can play Franklin Parish's game this week and win.
Well said. Well said.
And Coach, we talked about this before. We're 4-0, and we hadn't played our best football.
That's right.
And we want to be able to start playing our best football towards the end of October into November.
Yep.
So how important is it for us to get on track to playing our best football?
It's extremely important, and I think we all know that, and I think the guys know that. And as the coach, I still remind them every day, and I hope it's redundant so much that it just becomes something they expect, because once it's in here and it's in their mind and they're like, I know he's going to say it, well, they're thinking about it now, and then it becomes habit, man.
No doubt.
Just have to keep on. I mean, as a coach, we're teachers. We're educators, we're teachers, and I don't care if we're teaching them a power play, repetition, golf, learning to ride a bike, and football too. It's all repetition.
No doubt.
So anything that we want to instill, man, we have to make it habit.
What kind of uniform are you going to wear Friday night?
Well, it's a grass field, and I'm going to try to help our wash guys out. So we're going to wear our red bottoms, and we're going to wear white tops.
Okay,
I can tell you what we're not wearing is black jerseys.
No, because it is a blackout.
That's
Franklin
right.
Parish will be wearing all black out there, so we don't want to do that. And one last question: do you have an extra jersey and pads and a helmet for our sideline guy?
Well,
because he took a beating last week, Coach, and I'm worried about him down there.
Well, at least this. Hopefully they'll have enough room. They got to try and hopefully get out.
Oh man, but he came out fine.
Yeah.
That's the main thing about it.
When he texted me this weekend, I said, I'm like Wolverine, man. I hit
Yeah,
fast.
he did. He did. That's what he said. So, all right, Coach. Well, appreciate everything, and best of luck Friday night.
Thank you, guys, and
luck,
look
Coach.
forward to seeing everybody out there.
We'll be there. For Brian Jacobs, I'm Mike Downhour. Benji Lewis Coaches Show, broadcasting live from El Tio Jose. We'll see you guys next Wednesday at 6.
I'm Christian Creed with Creed & Creed. We're proud to support Ouachita Parish High School because, like football, fighting for the win takes commitment, courage, and teamwork.
And that's what we build in our lines, both on the field and off. These young men work hard, they lead with heart, and they represent our community with pride.
At Creed & Creed, we fight for our clients the same way these athletes do every Friday night.
Thank you guys for supporting our lines.
Remember, Creed & Creed is all you need. Go Lions!
Are you ready to score big this season? Johnny's Pizza House is the winning play for every game day with our new Pizza Squad Rewards app. Download it now from johnnysph.com/app and get in the game with $5 off your first in-app order. Johnny's Pizza House. Let's share a slice of game day glory.
Hi, I'm Melanie, class of 2018.
Hi, I'm Matthew, class of 2020. And our dad owns Mel's Towing.
We don't want your arm and leg, we just want your toe.
343-9998.
Go Lions!